What's going on YouTube? My name is Diana and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Corsair Crystal Series 570X mirrored black build. I marked it at about $2,500 for the build, but it might have been a little bit more, but $2,500 is just about how much I spent on this PC and building it. So right now what I'm going to talk about the negatives, the positives in this case that I personally feel while building in it, and just overall how I feel about this case. I will start this video out by saying I actually really love this case. I'm really happy that I decided to go with it, and hopefully this helps you guys make up your mind if you do want to go with a case like this. Any of the Crystal series this video would apply to, and pretty much just all cases in general. So to start this video, I will say that this case was a little intimidating to build in. I have built other PCs in the past, but I will say that this PC was a little intimidating just because it's all glass. I mean, there's glass in the top, here, and in the back. So it's 4 pieces of glass. My last case wasn't even a tempered glass. It was like the plexiglass, and building inside that case was fairly easy, but obviously when you're building, you're not having the glass. Hopefully you don't put the glass and keep the glass on the case, but personally it was just a little more intimidating than I guess your average build. So if you are a beginner at building PCs like I was just a couple of years ago, I would say maybe go with a different case. Maybe you don't even need a tempered glass, and if you do go tempered glass, I would say just do a single panel instead of like this case is 4. But I would really wanted to pull off the aesthetics with this case because I was putting a lot of money into it. So to start off, I will turn the case on. So let's see. Still new at turn. Where's the? Oh, it's right here. So I'll turn the case on. Oh, gonna have to turn the power on in the back to turn it on. Diana. So boom. So there it is. The case is on in all of its glory. There we go. So yeah, so that's the case in all of its glory. I mean, check it out. Look at it, it's great. I would say my favorite part of this case would be the fact that it is tempered glass all the way around, and it's like a nice mirrored frost, and you don't see any mirrored cases in the market. So I just wanted it also because I thought it was super unique, first of all, and I love this case. I mean, it's great. I love it. I have couple of negatives about the case. So I took some notes because, you know, if you have a great idea, guys, definitely take some notes. So my first negative about this case would be the weight of it. I think it's way too heavy. Obviously it's all tempered glass, so it adds to the weight, but with your components inside of the case and the weight of the case, it is really heavy. So I would say mine weighs like about 60 pounds. Like it's honestly really heavy, but I'm not, you know, the strongest person in the world, but that bothers me, the weight, a little bit, I would say. But it's not like something I'm going to be moving a lot, but that's just, I'm having to nitpick negatives regarding this case. So another thing about it would be, like I mentioned before, it's 4 panels of tempered glass. That's a lot to work with. It's not the easiest case to work with, and if you want something that's more, you know, easier to work inside of, I would go with a different case, because if you are that person that likes to tinker inside their case a lot, I would definitely say this case isn't for you. You want one that has like the opening panels, and I will give you guys a case that I think would be great for you if you're maybe a beginner and if you like to tinker in your case, but I'll wait for that for the end of the video. Another thing about this case would be, oh, so my motherboard, I have an MSI Z270, don't quote me on it, inside of this build, and it doesn't have a so at the top of the case it's USB-C. It doesn't have a USB-C connector, so you're gonna have to buy an adapter. So as of now, my case, my USB-C on the case, on the onboard case, isn't currently working because I still have to purchase the adapter to deal with that. So that's one thing. I mean, again, I'm nitpicking, but that's just a personal issue that I had. So it's a new case. A lot of cases don't have USB-C. So if you're going for some of the newer cases, sometimes the motherboards, the older ones, which mine isn't even older, it's about maybe a year old or so, but it just has those issues. So sometimes when you're going with something upgraded and a nicer case with more USB-C, or it's not gonna have those things on it. So definitely, if you do end up buying a motherboard, just take a look at it and see if it holds it. But it's not a big deal. You just need an adapter. It's like a $10 adapter. It's not a big deal. But again, just nitpicking. And oh yeah, taking the glass off is actually not the easiest thing ever. You have this little obviously a little device that they give you, and you take it off and on, and it's a little, I mean, it's a hassle, but you know what you're getting into when you again purchase this case. You know what you're getting into. And let's see. All right, let's talk about my positives, my favorite things about this case, which I could go on and on for days, but I'll just start with the little things. So obviously the design overall is just stunning. It looks great. I love it. It sits great on my desk. It fits so nice onto my setup. It's just, honestly, it makes me feel like I want new monitors, because it's like, damn, this case looks so much better than the rest of my setup. Even though I love my setup, but I'm just saying, like, it just makes you want to upgrade everything and make everything just as nice as it is. And also, let's see some other positives. Obviously, a positive is the USB-C. The case has an onboard USB-C, just as my motherboard has a USB-C in the back, but it's nice. I mean, the other Crystal series don't have the USB-C on the top of the case on board, so it's kind of nice to have that on this case, definitely. Let's see here. Some other positives that I noted here is it comes with 3 stock fans. I think that's really nice. I feel like it should come with 4, because you have 3 in the front. It should come with 1 in the back as an exhaust. It's not like I would use it. I would probably swap it out for a better fan, but I feel like it should still come with that stock. I don't know why it doesn't. And another favorite thing about this case, it does have a vertical GPU mount in the back. So if you want to vertically mount your GPU, I'm not really about that life. I care more about airflow. I'm not 100% aesthetics. But maybe in the future I might vertical mount. I mean, I do have a closed IO, AIO for my GPU, my GTX 1080. So if you want to go that vertical GPU mounting route, you can do that with this case. It kind of future-proofs your purchase in a way, and I think that's very important with this case. And another great thing about this case that you guys already may know, it's a really solid build. It's pretty much all it's metal, barely any plastic. You know, you have your plastic fans, plastic mounting, but pretty much the case itself, the foundation of it is super high quality, and that's why it has that $200 price tag on it. Alright guys, so I also wanted to open up the case for you to show you the inside of it and what's going on. So this is a month after, and this is what the inside looks like. That dust accumulation, that's what the inside kind of looks like there. And yeah, so, and also to get a closer look at the inside of my PC, I think it looks pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job with cable management. There's a lot of good inputs in here to make the cable management look pretty good. Obviously, I'm not completely done with the case, but I do like the way that it turned out, and I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the inside of the case. So there you go. Alright guys, and I almost forgot to add in here about the case that I think would be great for you. Maybe if you're not interested in having to use tools to open and close your case a lot, or if you're maybe like a starter, I guess it would be a good case for your beginner. I think the Obsidian 500D is a really great case. I think that case would be great for you. Possibly I would go ahead and take a look at that case as a competitor to this case, maybe if you're still in the market for cases. If you guys have any questions regarding cases or anything of that nature, or even just questions about this case, I've had it for about a month and a half now. So if you have questions about this case, I can definitely help you with that. And I had a couple people in my last video asking me questions, and I was more than happy to answer them for you guys. So I hope you guys stick with me. I do want to do a setup tour regarding everything that I own, I guess. Regarding everything, my gaming setup, I actually absolutely love it, and I want to share that with you guys. I think it has a lot of personality. It might be one of the best gaming setups on YouTube, so definitely subscribe and like this video if you want to see that. Thank you for taking the time to, you know, listen to me talk a lot, because I do talk a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, again, give this a thumbs up and have a great day.